I'm going to tell you guys about a problem I'm having with this car. And that is, I cannot get it to rev up when it's in park or neutral, and when it's in drive, it kind of wants to rev up, but you're in drive, so it won't, it's got the resistance, right? So, why I want it to rev up in park or in neutral is, let's face it, your motor's really hot, your transmission's really hot, and you're not moving. You want to move. So what you do, you rev it up to about 5,000 RPM in neutral and you drop it into drive. And usually it's got enough resistance to move your head about 2 feet and get you moving. And once you're moving, then it's easier to get you moving. But getting moving is the hardest part. So I want to be able to do neutral drops. Neutral drops are not good, but sometimes they're needed. You know what? Sometimes you need the neutral drops to be able to get this thing going. So excuse the police doing some random chase over there, but let me show you guys what I mean. So, let's hook up the battery. The headlights, I unplugged it and it thinks the headlights are on. So it just beeps and beeps and beeps and it drives me crazy. So, oh, the keys aren't in here. Hold on. There, I've got the keys now. By the way, I love the bingo scratcher. Helps me find it. So no matter what I do now, it thinks the headlights are stuck on. So here's what I found, okay? There we go. Turn the blinker off. Got half a tank of fuel. My radio's not working. Oh no, what do I do? Anyway, oh, maybe if I hit the power, is there a power button? I'm not worried. Ready? Okay, so it runs great. So I'm in park, I'm gonna floor it. 3,000 RPMs. Put my foot on the brakes, let's put it in reverse. So it does rev up there. Put my foot on the brakes, stop the tires, put it in neutral. You ready? That is floored. What am I, 3,400? Not really liking that. So put my foot on the brakes. We'll put it in low. There you go. See that 6.5? That's what I like. So put my foot on the brakes. Gonna put it to park. Gonna unplug, sorry, turn the car off. Now I'm gonna jump out of the car. She's a bit smoky, but that's okay. So I'm gonna try to fool the computer system. I'm going to unhook the battery so I don't damage anything in its super sensitive computer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the transmission. I've done this in a couple cars before, and I actually do this in pretty much all my Toyota Camrys. Just got to find the light to show you guys. Unplugging the transmission in a lot of vehicles confuses it, and it doesn't know what gear it's in. Now it's got a lot of ups and downs, but the main up is that you can rev it up. So I'm going to just unplug that, just that simple. Can you guys see in there? There we go. There we go. See that just unplugged? Now, there's going to be a disadvantage here, okay? So let's try to start this thing up again. Grab the key. I'm going to put the key in the ignition. Oh, hold on. Take the key out of the ignition. I forgot to hook up the battery. There. Let the computer kind of figure out where it is again. Look at that, my headlights are on. Gonna throw the key in the ignition. It's not starting. Even in park, it will not start. So what I'm gonna do, I leave the key in the on position, and I'm gonna jump the starter. Now, in the derby ring, I'll end up having this thing hot wired, so to start it would be much easier with just a push of a button or touching positive. So again, I'm going to look for the signal wire. So this right here, can you see that? Let's see if I can switch the light to the other side. So the key's in the on position, and I'm going to describe each one of these are to you. So this top one is the main power. The bottom one goes to the starter solenoid. This one right here is called the signal wire. So when you turn the key, it puts 12 volt power to this. So basically, if we take this 12-volt power, because this is the main positive that goes to the starter from the starter to the battery, and we touch that 12-volt off this 12-volt, the car will turn over. So you guys ready? This is called jumping the starter or hot wiring the starter. Ready? Here we go. So this car is running now because I left the key in the on position. But the transmission is unplugged. So let's go see what the transmission does inside of this car now. So now we're inside this car. I'm going to put my trusty key up here in the key holder. So we're in park. Remember how it wouldn't rev above 3,000? Are you ready? Yeah, that's 6.5. Let's put it in reverse. Oh, you can feel her go. She went up faster there in reverse. Put my foot on the brakes all the way to stop. Neutral. Remember, she wouldn't go above 3,400. I think I almost hit 7 there. Let's go to drive and low. 80 kilometers an hour. Oh, that was 120. I need to stop before I blow this thing up. Come to a complete stop. Put it in park. Turn it off. But now if you look, it will not start again. You need to jump that starter. So, there you go. I figured out the issue with how to get this car to rev up in neutral and park. And it's kind of got less resistance in reverse now, which is always nice. I hate that this thing thinks the headlights are on all the time. Look at it. The headlights are off! The headlights are off! It's because I removed you guys. Oh. Now, is unplugging the transmission like this going to have any other adverse effects? As of right now, I have no idea. If I run more than one of these Fusions or I find out it's having some problems, I'm going to look into that more because it seems to be working fine with me with the Toyotas just by unplugging the transmission like that. Now, some other things I'm going to start looking at. One, I got some evap stuff here. I don't know what it does, but it looks like it's been replaced, so it probably wasn't running right. So I'm going to probably take this apart and move that into there because I do have the Torx bits. So I'll just put that into its factory spot kind of thing. This right here looks like my fuel line. And what I love about these new cars is how easy the actual fuel line comes apart. This looks like an evap line, and then there's a line that comes off of here which looks like some kind of vacuum line, but they all look like they actually go to the fuel tank. So that will be easy. Here's my main positive for my starter. Here is, what did this go to? I think that went to my AC. That was AC, and I ripped that out, so. But it goes to another plug down there, which goes to my ABS of some sorts or something. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look into that. But you know what? It's all coming apart and together pretty nicely. Haven't hit really any too big of snags, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I do want to remind you guys, I'm working 7 days a week. When I get home, it's dark out and it's cold out. It's probably -5 today, maybe -4. And it's hard to come out to the shop when you're working 7 days a week. I haven't had a day off since about, I think, October 18th, October 17th. So I'm getting pretty worn out, but still want to give you guys the content. And I'm sorry if I can't upload every day. I've been trying to film pretty much everything I do out here. That's why there's videos on tire changes and all that fun things. And the wife's new Jeep. Maybe I'll make a couple of videos on that thing to fill in the space. But I do want to keep this channel mostly derby content still. So I want to thank everybody for watching and following me on my steps to the Ford Fusion. Probably the next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that windshield out. And then that way I can really start diving into the electrical onto this. So, going to be doing that. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.